Afreximbank TV.
Now we have the privilege of speaking with engineer Hani Salem Sonbol, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the International Islamic Trade Finance Corporation here at the Afreximbank Annual Meetings 2024 in the Bahamas. Thank you so much, Engineer Sonbol. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right. So could you start by sharing the key objectives of the ITFC's participation here at the AAM 24?
Thank you. Indeed, you know, we are here because we are really also attending an important meetings for a very strategic partner like the Afreximbank. We consider Afreximbank is really a historic partner. You know, we've been together in the journey of really building and developing a lot of really sectors in Africa. But we definitely here also to meet also other important organizations, partners, decision makers, also to be able to be exposed to what is happening actually in this beautiful continent of Africa, keep up with the developments, and because as you know, ITFC is the trade arm of IDB Group, and ICD is the private sector arm. And both are actually very much, involved in the financing of African projects and trade transactions. And we have really built over the years very strategic partnership, not only with Afreximbank, but also with other important organizations like Badia, like now we are working very closely with the Secretariat of the CFTA, and many banks, financial institutions, organizations, MDBs. So our presence here today is really to show our support also for Afreximbank, and definitely we are very happy to see how much really this bank is offering to the African continent. I think they are doing a great job, and I'm very happy also with the level of the partnership that we have reached.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the opportunities for trade and investment within the region. How has those conversations been going so far?
Yeah, we are very much, we believe that there's a lot of potentials. The African continent is really very fortunate to have a lot of potentials. Now is the time really to make that added value to all of these potentials and go the extra mile. Yeah. Trade is one of the sectors that requires a lot of work. As we've heard many times that the level of trade, especially the intra-trade is quite low, and we feel that with all these potentials, there should be really more intra-trade that is happening in Africa. We are also trying to really connect Africa to the world. We have designed special programs where Afreximbank is also part of this, like the Arab-Africa Trade Bridge Program, where we been partners since the program was launched in 2017. And this kind of program offers a lot of really solutions to our African partners, countries, member countries. 2/3 of our member countries actually from Africa. And definitely this kind of work, we are aiming to really enhance the intra-trade between the African countries. Nowadays, we see that there is a lot of really determination to build up on this concept, and we are working closely, as I said, with organizations like the CFTA and others to see how can we prepare Africa for the next also phase where they can make use of the full potentials of the CFTA. And I would like to say that we have supported the trade in Africa in many very important sectors, especially in food security and also agriculture, energy, renewable energy, other things that we have worked together also with Afreximbank and Badia and other partners in building the capacities, the trade capacities of the African continent, especially in specialized sectors like the SMEs and women, and we support also the entrepreneurs now. So we have a lot of programs really for Africa, and we are, of course, been doing business in Africa since the inception of the group in 1975, and we feel very proud of our really role that we have played in Africa. ITFC alone, we have been really working with all our member countries in Africa. Now we have exceeded close to, I would say, 20 billion US dollars of trade transactions. We have hundreds of trade development programs for Africa. We have also worked in the area of financing important projects, especially in the energy projects and food security. This is the financing part where ICD is actually is in charge of. Close to 1.3 billion US dollars was spent in Africa. Important sectors.
All right. So the ITFC has done, obviously, and you mentioned some of those many projects in Africa, but how do you see that transitioning to the Caribbean as we talk about trade and investment opportunities and collaboration for this whole idea of a global Africa?
As I can see now, this is actually one of the important priorities for really institutions like Afreximbank and ITFC and ICD, IDB Group in general. I think we think that the potentials are there. We've heard this morning from the valuable speakers that the potentials are not being untapped. We need to untap all these potentials. I think more stronger relationship between Africa and the Caribbean is very important, and I'm sure that all the coming period we will see more focused on designing programs, exploring new areas of enhancing intra-trade between the two parties and between Africa and of course the Caribbeans. We will be part of that. We are always, supporting, I would say, more inter-regional projects, any projects that will aim at integration between countries. That this is our really main focus, and I'm sure that whatever really it takes, and we will also explore these opportunities with our partners, especially Afreximbank, and see how can we enhance really our interventions to make this, I would say, intra-trade and investment between Africa and the Caribbean successful.
Yeah. What do you perceive to be some of the immediate challenges or hurdles that we need to address pretty soon to be able to get there?
Well, there are many challenges. Actually, it's not really, we cannot deny that. We have seen, first of all, the crisis that we have been through for some times now, not only 2008, 10, but later on the COVID-19. And then after that, the geopolitical issues. Today, we've heard how this is really disturbing a lot of the supply chains and how really this is impacting not only this financial sectors, but the overall macroeconomics challenges. They became very clear. Countries are trying to keep up and build resilience over the years, but definitely this is impacting a lot. So we are trying to tackle these challenges by providing solutions. And as I said, lately we have seen how really the overall economic situation in member countries have really impacted greatly as a result of these consequences. Some countries which were prepared before did take this kind of really impact much easier. That's why we as we heard this morning also, that we need to build the resilience to really predict these kind of shocks in the future and be able to be ready for the future. But definitely we call for resilience at the level of the organization or organization levels, and also at the country levels where they have to be prepared, so to be able to really benefit from all these important. But I can see the willingness. There is a very good willingness and the determination to really see that now the coming or the future of Africa is going to be much, I would say, brighter, because this is very important for the next generations, and I feel that we should also play our part as development organizations to make this successful.
Yeah, I mean, we have here one of the sort of largest gatherings of African leaders and Caribbean leaders just in this one place. What would be your advice to policymakers as we have these discussions, just moving forward to create an environment that allows us to thrive and to achieve economic transformation as we're setting out to do?
Well, definitely, this kind of really gatherings or meetings always have very prominent people, persons, policymakers, people with experience, people who have really been involved in providing solutions. And I think the policymakers should really always, benefit from the outcomes of this kind of meetings, because as an institutions, we come also to listen and see what are the solutions, or what are the recommendations on some of the issues that we have. Try to reflect this on our strategies, try to make sure that we are going in the right direction, because we are trying to get all these informations, as being the cornerstone for building new strategies, or at least make sure that we are going in the right one. So definitely this kind of gatherings is very important, but how to benefit from it is the most important, because as I said, what we hear is very important, really information, and we need to build up on that, to reflect on it, and to see how can we provide the right solutions for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Engineer
Anytime,
Sonbol.
anytime, with pleasure.
All right. We are at the Afreximbank annual meetings 2024 in the Bahamas.